to reflect upon in Black History Month is the fact that we've come a long way from slavery and Jim Crow laws, but we also have a long way to go. There's still many racial injustices in this world that we need to change and that Black people still face today.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Centennial Conference Corner. My name is Amber Thomas, and today I'm joined by Haverford women's basketball player, Michela Jones. How are you doing today, Michela?
I'm good. How are you doing, Amber?
Doing well. So you were recently a part of the Division III Student Immersion program, which is in conjunction with the NCAA convention, which this year was in San Antonio, Texas. 40 students, a week of mentoring, of programming, of networking. Personally, I think it's one of the best NCAA programs. Can you walk us through what was your week like? What was your experience?
Yeah, so I was actually late to the first day because of the FAA delays, but the rest of the week was great. The first 2 days surrounded diversity, inclusion, and leadership, and also topics including like professional branding and networking. And through workshops and conversations, we talked about being a minority athlete, most of us in a predominantly white institution. And we shared similar stories, which I thought was nice, connecting with others, because not a lot of people at my school can share the same experiences and have the same experiences as me. We also talked about diversity issues within colleges and how us as students can make a change. The last 2 days were surrounded on the D3 business issues and proposals, which I thought was super interesting, especially going to the Centennial conference meeting. I thought it was a good behind the scenes look of what all the conference or all the schools are doing and all the issues that the conference brings up. So I really enjoyed that meeting.
Yeah. So I can think back to my first NCAA convention experience. It's just a lot of people. Sometimes it could be a little overwhelming, but there's always a lot of programs. And like you said, you kind of get to see the legislative process from behind the scenes. When you think about your couple days in San Antonio, what was your favorite experience of the NCAA convention?
So I actually have two favorites. I couldn't really choose one. I'd say first the people, the connections that I made with the other students. We all shared a common interest in working in sports, which definitely boosted our connections. And I think I'll definitely, hopefully, stay in touch with them in the future. The other one that I really enjoyed, the other part, was the D3 business meeting, the last day. The process of the business meeting and ratifying all the proposals reminded me of plenary, something we have here at Haverford. It's for the honor code. It's to ratify all the proposals of the honor code, which happens in the fall and spring. And I think that it was interesting to see the similar format in the business meeting, which this was different, obviously, because it's I love sports and it's a common interest. So I was really more locked into this, but that was definitely one of my favorite parts.
Yeah. So after this experience, have you decided which area of sport you might want to get into after college, or you still have some time, you're going to figure it out?
I'm still really interested in coaching.
Okay.
I think that's like always been one of my dreams, but I have yet to figure it out. I'm still broadening my perspective, which I will continue to do because I was also invited to the Career in Sports Forum in June, which is also run by the NCAA.
Which is another great program.
Right.
So I'll be remiss if we didn't talk about Black history since we are right in the midst of Black History Month. As you think about this time period, why would you say Black History Month is important and what does it mean to you?
I would say Black History Month is definitely about remembering Black leaders and the positive contributions they've had in this world. I would also say it gives me an opportunity to reflect on the people close to me and their contributions and their experiences. My grandparents experienced segregation, so I feel like that's an important time for me to acknowledge their stories as well. I am fortunate to have Black coaches at Haverford, and also amazing role models in my family to look up to. All of them have paved the way for me as an inspiring young Black leader to make a difference in this world. And I think also the last thing that's really important to reflect upon in Black History Month is the fact that we've come a long way from slavery and Jim Crow laws, but we also have a long way to go. There's still many racial injustices in this world that we need to change and that Black people still face today.
Absolutely. And I look forward to seeing the change in the mark that you leave on this world. So before I let you go, we have to do Amber's top five, which are just 5 questions that I have to know. So the first one being, who is your favorite professional basketball player?
My favorite professional basketball player has to be LeBron James, currently on the LA Lakers. Not doing too well this year, but I am a LeBron James fan. So wherever he goes next, I will be a fan of that team.
Well, Michaela, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. So, LeBron is kind of a sore spot for me, but I get it. I get it. So, what would you say is your game day anthem? What gets you all hype in the locker room before you head out before a game?
So me personally, my game day anthem is the song Right Above It by Lil Wayne. I love his music, but we also in at Haverford women's basketball have pregame dances.
Oh,
The
okay.
songs are a little, not the usual songs. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to reveal all the hits of our team, but definitely being with them and jumping around and dancing to those songs gets me hyped.
Yeah. So I saw your mom actually play D3 hoops. Was she your introduction into basketball, or kind of how did you get started?
So yes and no. There were definitely a lot of different factors of why I play basketball. My mom bought me a hoop when I was 4 years old that was in the kitchen, and I used to perfect my layup with her. Um, I also went to the Old Dominion University basketball games when I
Yeah.
started going when I was about 2 or 3. And my mom would buy me coloring books and tell me that I needed to uh, finish my homework or finish the coloring books before I went into the game. So a little motivation for me. My dad was my first coach at the YMCA. He played basketball at Oxford University when he went to grad school. My uncle played at Yale University. My aunt played at Tufts University. So a lot of different, we are a very basketball oriented family. So I had a lot of different introductions into the sport.
Yeah, this sounds like basketball at this point is in your blood.
That's right.
So when you look over your life, who has been an inspiration for you?
I would say my dad, he came from very humble beginnings, and he used hard work and perseverance to come out of those struggles and become a leader in many different communities. He traveled a ton when I was younger, and I think what really stuck with me was, yes, he used all this hard work and he is where he is today because of that, but also he was always there for big events like basketball games, even if he had to fly out the next day. He always made an effort to get to my game, get to my violin concerts when I played, and also make family dinners. So through all his hard work, yes, he is where he is, but he never forgot the one thing that he valued, which is family.
Love that. So before we end, I have to do number 5. Favorite Centennial memory so far? We know you still
My
have
favorite,
college.
yeah, my favorite so far, I think would have to be scoring my first bucket last year against Bryn Mawr, my first college bucket. It was a three, and threes are my bread and butter. So what better way? What better memory?
I love that. Well, thanks for joining us, Michaela.
Yes, thank you for this opportunity.
No problem. So, everyone, you can catch a new episode of the Centennial Conference Corner on our social medias at Centennial Conf or our website, centennial.org. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.